Alright, there we go. And they're off. These guys, obviously these are players that have a lot of experience with how the game works. And you can see a heavy ESF pull from the TR team here. You have Liberator, you have a Galaxy. I'm not sure exactly how many people in the Galaxy, but you have your first match, or your first conflict starting off. A bunch of size coming in. Heavy combat, and bear in mind, none of these guys are using the new ESF weapon, so it's all either going to be air-to-air missiles, which have been changed, rocket pods, or your rotaries. So air-to-air missiles have been changed. So I don't think you're going to see them used much. It's going to be all rotaries, all dogfighting. Heavy scrum in the middle here. People almost crashing into each other. And you have one Galaxy. I don't know what he's doing. Looks like it's a battle god, just trying to ram people. He might get one or two people here because he's not being shot at. Galaxy's actually pretty much a pain in the ass when they're being flown like that because everybody's focusing on the libs. Look at this lib coming here, upside down. And so when all these units are in the air, the Galaxy can actually cause a lot of havoc just by displacing people and having them forced to move. Once this settles down a little bit, I want to go down to Howling Pass and see how many people actually got dropped on the point. Because Howling Pass is neutral, it's going to be a hard fight from both sides. Unless they pre-pull Sunderers or hack out a Sunderer, it's not going to work unless they rely on medics, which you never know. Both teams are capable of relying on their medic crews. There's still a few ESS up in the air, and it looks pretty even. With the Vanu getting the slight lead, you have two sides up. Actually, there's a Reaver. I don't know where that shouldn't be here, but there's a couple sides up, a couple mosquitoes up. But it looks like the Vanu are going to take the advantage here. Now the thing with air, especially in a situation like this where Howling Pass is neutral, is that air can cause a lot of havoc. Typically, you say, well, if there's too many people in the air, we could take the ground game. But if you control the air at Howling Pass, because of the open nature of the space, you can do what they're doing right now, and that's kill Sunderers, deny spawns. So it forces the attacking teams, or the team that doesn't have control of the air, to either keep trying to respawn air and take control, or force them on the ground game to sit inside buildings with heavy medic composition. No, Sisu actually couldn't make it. He had some issues going on, or it's not some issues, but some things going on. So the Vanu did take control of the air. They have two sides in the Liberator up, but the Liberator's going back to heal. A couple Reavers coming in, but it's just interference, nothing to do with the match. It's just things we got to deal with. So it looks like the Vanu have taken B and C, so they are on the ground. With their air domination they have, it'll be a lot easier for them to set up Sunderers and push on points. The TR have taken A, but because the VS do have the air, the A is the most vulnerable point on this base right now. So as you can see, they're coming out to the sides. Looks like there's one TR medic pushing for a flank on C. But Vanu are pretty heavily entrenched on C. They have 1, 2, 3. Let me slow this down a little bit. Looks like they have about 4 or 5 people on C with darts up. So they know exactly what's coming to them. The TR are heavily placed on A, looks like. Yeah, the TR are heavy on A with some Vanu pushing in. Now this is a bad spot for the TR because, like I said earlier, they are exposed to air. It's very exposed. I mean, you could get a couple pods in there and displace all these infantry. Sure, they're going to have to make a move pretty soon. There's 17 minutes on the base, which, like I said, with the nature of this base being neutral, it's going to be a long fight. I mean, basically, whoever takes Howling Pass takes the game, essentially, because you get all the momentum on your side. Yeah, that's not me, Rack. I was told earlier there's a guy called kidRiot. It's not, obviously not me. VS have 3, 6, 7 on B. So they got the right people to the right points, but now it's a 2-cap base. C is flipping, but there's still about 4 or 5 people on C. I could count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on C, 6 VS on C. So there was one TR heavy that kind of snuck in here. I don't know if he overextended or if it was part of the plan, but it looks like for the most part, except for this lone mosquito and scythe, or 2 mosquitoes and scythes, both outfits have given up the air game, focusing instead on a heavy infantry composition. Let's take a look at the map, or at the platoon waypoint. Yeah, I see everybody's on foot. Nobody's in vehicles. They have 3 people in vehicles, 1 Liberator, 2 mosquitoes. So it's heavy infantry from both sides. They know what they both know what exactly it means to take a base, especially under these kinds of conditions where the base is neutral. I don't see any Sunderers from either side, so they're going to be relying on medics. Here's a small. Actually, here's a pretty sizable push from the TR on C point. The first guy got rocket primaried. The other guy got hit, but he's in a bad position here because they could just peek down and shoot him from the top. A couple TR with a medic coming out to revive. They do have a beacon, so they could get actually their whole squad pushing on this point. The Vanu are rotating pretty aggressively, and that's one thing that you're going to notice a lot. I think with these teams is that they're all going to be super hyper aggressive. Usually, a lot of the guys that play at this level are very aggressive because they know that to be aggressive means you take points, you force people to rethink their strategies, to maybe possibly aim it at more than one angle, and that's what you really want people to get going at. You don't want people to get comfortable in their spots. See, now here comes TR dropping. They didn't kill the beacon on time, so the TR was able to bring about 3 or 4 people, but it's not going to be enough to take this point back. The VS are actually TR took control of the point, so they had a couple people flanked from the other side while this squad was pushing here. So what they might have done, they might have had half a squad coming in from the side. Actually, yeah. Let me zoom in. So what they might have had is half the squad come in from the side, flank with the beacon, and the other half come in from the front. Yeah, 15 minutes left on the cap, and the Vanu still have B and C. Now TR are pushing from the side. I'm going to actually slip into the TR comp so you guys can hear what they're doing, what their plan is. I'm kind of curious how they're going to come out from A, because they do have the heights, but when they lose these guys, these are permadeaths that they're taking. And by a permadeath, I mean a death that they can't respawn at the base, unless there's a beacon up there. So you always want to avoid permadeaths. It's okay to die, and dying is no problem, but when you take a permadeath, it hurts the team. So like that heavy might have to respawn back in Mao. Here comes TR with a Sunderer. So I'm going to slip into their comms and see what they're doing.
Guys, we have to stick together. We cannot keep running in there one at a time like this. There you go, nice AMS placement.
Focus
Bravo
on
spawn at AMS.
Just take your
Bravo
time.
spawn at AMS.
Oh shit. We've only got 33% pop there right now. Do we have a lot of people gone?
Yeah, well, it's only alpha. Only alpha there, guys. We need more fucking AMSs ASAP.
Guys at Bravo spawn at AMS, form up together. Do not push out yet till we get bodies here.
Like a random reaver just going with everything.
So as you guys can hear, they're going to do a heavy push from these Sunderers. Now the thing that's heavily against their favor is that, as you can see on the map, there's plenty of beacons out. Not beacons, I meant darts. So whoever the Vanu Infiltrator is on this C point here knows exactly what he's doing. Has the entire area spread out with darts, so the VS are going to know exactly where the TR are coming from. So you're going to see some very aggressive rotations, and these rotations are going to be pinpoint accurate. They're going to know exactly what they need to do. Here we have Sardis coming in on the bottom, but he's by himself. Actually, he's got some support. Looks like a medic coming in behind him. So they're doing multi-room angles, multi-flanking angles, to actually try and spread apart these VS and get them down. They do have some TR on the tower, shooting above, but he actually had to go back down. This Mosquito crash landed. It looks like he's going to eject onto the balcony. It was an Indie Elite player. Okay, here we go. Here's the fight. Yeah, you see with those darts, it's going to be really hard for these TR to actually get something going here. Like I'm looking at the mini map right now, and you can see all the red dots, and you can tell exactly where they're coming from. They're going to have to try something else, potentially a gal drop, potentially maybe an ESF mass drop. But they went heavy into the air to suppress the Vanu. I don't know if that's all of Pella's team, but it's enough where it's going to force the Vanu inside. And here you have 2 TR Sunderers that the VS can't respond to. So if these Vanu aren't careful, if they even overextend for a little bit, they'll take a permadeath. And in this situation, every permadeath counts. There's a huge difference between being aggressive like these guys are being and taking a death, which is fine. If you're in a good spot, you can take a good death. But bad deaths are permadeaths, and you want to avoid that at all costs. It's just one of those things where you have to get, these guys don't exactly know how each other play, so they have to play a little more conservative than usual. And so what we're seeing here, you have the TR on the outside trying to do some flanks, they're converging on these doors, and you have the Mosquitoes suppressing the VS, forcing them inside. So the best thing these TR can hopefully see that what his death was a bad death. He's overextended and out to the side. So these TR have to be picking on the corners, trying to get some good crossfire set up on these guys. But it's one of those things where if you don't play with people too often, you don't have that synergy that comes from natural teamwork and time playing together. So a lot of these guys are playing with each other for the first time. And we have to be able to see what they can do. you know, the money would be on playing maybe a slightly more conservative than usual. But like I said, with the nature of these guys and the level that they're used to playing, they're just aggressive by nature. And so it's one of those things that can work against them. See, like Khan's death right there was a good death because he was in cover within easy reach of the medics. We have 34 minutes on the map, 11 minutes on the cap, and TR now have A and B. So these Vanu that are pushed on C are going to be able to have to pull a Sunderer or play some new beacons because it looks like there's just one squad left from Vanu, Bravo squad. Alpha squad looks like they're in the air. They pulled heavy size. Let me check the map real quick. Yeah, it's actually the TR have more pop here now, but the Vanu Alpha squad is in the air. So what they're trying to do is trying to get these exposed TR infantry that are stuck on the outside of this double stack, trying to push in. So the VS air is actually going to try and nail them, take them out, and try and help the Bravo squad, who's actually stranded right now. Their beacon got taken out, so they actually only can rely on medic reses. Let me check the composition real quick. Yeah, so they have about 3 or 4 medics, but it might not be enough in this case. I'm going to slip into the VS comms and see what they're thinking about trying to get Alpha Squad back into this base.
Yep. Yeah, all sites. If you guys have that air cleared bail on A.
Wait, Shock, you have AMS on that?
Or if you have rocket pods or anything.
Guys on B. They have a max. Move out a little bit more. Beacon's going to get picked up.
Get right.
Guys, roof on the beacon. Bravo squad, you should move out a little bit. Just try and get to the roof, that kind of thing.
Yeah, pick up the
You've got air dominance.
Need some ammo down at C point again.
All port first.
Hold on. Push far left
Windows.
and I'll suppress. Go.
Okay. Need a rest. I can see.
Frizz, can you get a beacon
God, I
for
have
us?
like no turning ability. I know.
Nice.
This
I can try.
Is there any engineer ammo for C points and put darts up?
It's on point.
Sundy's up.
Medics need reses on C.
So as you can see, they're very aware of the issues that they're facing. The TR have a couple people on point, but they're fighting, you know, Puppy spawning here, the NC spawning here. So any of the new TR that come in, because they actually have a beacon here, have to fight these Puppies NCs, which is going to keep them distracted. Which, if the VS actually understand this and are able to capitalize on it, will give them an advantage on A. Because as you can see, the TR are all facing the spawn where they should be facing these jump pads. Now there's a heavy push from Vanu. They brought in 3 Sunderers. Because of the distance of the bases to this base, from NS material to this base, you're always better off pulling a little more Sunderers than you'll actually need. Because like this one might pop. It looks like it's going to pop to the Mosquito here. So their air is actually trying to combat that, but with 3 Sunderers, you have a better chance of actually getting spawns on point. Now, unless they repair the Sunderer, it'll go down within a few decimator shots. But they do have Bulldogs on it to suppress. The VS are kind of attacking B. You could expect some aggressive movement in here. There he goes. You rocket primary that guy. It's actually a treat to watch these guys go at it because there's no hesitance. There's no, you know, what do we do next? It's basically, this is what we're going to do. This is how we're going to do it. And they move fast. They barely captured B, and they're already pushing aggressively towards C to try and resecure the flank for their guys. Bravo squad was able to hold out the entire time, and they're actually pushing out of base now, shooting at the Mosquitoes, trying to get some hits on them. Okay, TR was forced back to their 2 Sunderers. They still have their 2 Sunderers up, but they're not overcommitting. I don't know. They might be spread between A and C right here, it looks like. They have an Infiltrator coming in. That looks like, yeah, it has to be Sardis. But there was no medic behind him, so he was pushing out by himself. They're coming in a little more ragtag than the actual VS. The VS are moving between bases pretty well. But it could have been due to the fact that B and C are so close together that any number of people, you know, running from the Sunderer to C would look like they were running cohesively. But you got to assume that because these guys know exactly what they're doing, that they're going to stick next to their teammates and not push out alone. It's an issue a lot of people face where it's like having the right amount of patience for what's going on. It would well, that's actually something I personally face when I fight, is being patient enough to actually move with your teammates, and being able to, one of the huge things that these guys are facing is the trust issue, where they're playing with guys who, yes, are at a top level in Planetside 2, but they're not familiar with. They don't know how they move. They don't know how they set up crossfires. You know, that they're communicating, but they're all 20. You have 24 people on one channel, so the communication isn't going to be as effective as maybe it should be. But because it's a for fun match, you kind of just stuck everybody in the same channel. And so the trust issue is a huge thing. You know, I'm going to move into this room and leave myself exposed on a certain angle because I trust that my teammate's going to be able to back me up. And so it's one of these things that over the course of the match, I'm sure they'll develop, you know, because they have pretty good instincts. But right now, it's not happening. As you can see, they're kind of overextending a little too much, these TR. Now you have a properly supported Max coming in here. Let's see how well this engineer and Max are able to stay together and how quick. Okay, they can get reinforcements. Exactly right on time. I was about to say how quick they get heavy reinforcements, because you actually need heavies to cover the flanks of the Maxes. Now this Max is exposing himself a little too much for my taste. He should be focusing instead on the stairs. Yeah, you see, look how aggressive these Vanu heavies are, just coming out here to eat him up, man. That guy had no chance. And now with the current changes to medic revives, that Max will take between, I think, what, 4.5 seconds to revive. And here you have a TR Max coming in very aggressively again. You're gonna hear me say that a lot, but I'm not sure what other word there is to a synonym for aggressive. Hyper attack or something, I should say. Because this Max is coming in and he knows exactly what he's doing, using the cover right there. Trying to dodge those rocket shots, but with the way these guys can aim, he's not gonna be able to dodge too much. He's gonna need that support that he just got. 2 heavies and a medic, and you have more support coming in. Actually, no, that's a Vanu Max coming in, coming on the flank on the weak side. That's secondaries there. A lot of deaths from the Vanus though. A lot of skulls here. A couple Maxes. There's only one Zoe Max up. There's a revive grenade out. I'm not sure. Okay, that was for the TR side. So you have a couple people coming up. Should be able to suck down a couple medic kits. Woo, this is pretty good stuff, man. So you have a max on max action on primaries there. And the Vanu Max had to run away. The TR are taking this point, and listen, Vanu have a response. But according to the map, the TR are coming in kind of willy-nilly from B point because they were forced out. They had to take permadeaths. And that's what I was saying, permadeaths are bad. Because exactly, it displaces you completely from your point. And now they're going to have to regroup and fight back on this double stack for C. But they're getting rocket potted by mosquitoes, who came at exactly the right time because they were all bushed up by that door. He's able to take one guy out, which I think it positions a medic, I believe. So that's a key figure in any assault or defense. So now TR have a roughly, I'd say probably a full squad on C, and Vanu have A and B. And because the timer ticked down past neutral, now whoever controls 2 points, they're going to get the advantage of the ticks in their favor. So you can see that there's 5 minutes left in the cap, but it's 5 minutes for Vanu. So as long as they're able to hold on to 2 points, the TR are going to be able to, going to get forced out of Howling Pass. 27 minutes left in the match, and we have 5 minutes left in the Howling cap, in the cap timer. So if TR are able to take 1 more point, it's going to reset the timer back to 0 and then count down again. Not to 0, but to neutral, I should say. You have a Viper Lightning, which can cause a lot of damage to expose infantry like this. And Vanu do have the top. Let's check real quick. Actually, it's being swapped right here. There's a small fight for A point. A couple of TR and a couple Vanu, but the TR light assault gets taken out pretty rapidly. I don't know who that was, but it was a good try. But the BS have a couple people on A. It looks like, yeah, Scourge of the Server and a Viper Lightning trying to suppress C. The TR made a move for this tower, which is typically pretty good because you get some good crossfires and some setups on this B point. I'm gonna tap into the TR comms right now and see what they're thinking because they only have 5 minutes left in Howling Pass and they have to make aggressive pushes. So we're gonna listen in on the TR.
Are we still guys? We're gonna get you guys.
We need some more A, please, guys.
Trying to steal A, but there's a fucking Max up here.
It's an NC Max.
No, Vanu.
Several in fucking A.
They are rushing Charlie, guys. They are rushing Charlie.
What VS Max is doing? Efficiency, yeah.
Charlie's about to get hit very hard.
Do we have AMS still?
Yes, we do.
Yes.
Right, we got A, haven't we? We got A.
No, we don't. It was like 7 or 8 guys on 2, 3 VS Maxes on it.
Super cogs.
And more down the bottom of the leg as well. We're reinforcing A now.
Why does it feel like we're outnumbered?
Because we are for the MCE as well.
By pull A guys from the prom again, we've got to clear them all out.
Yeah, they have almost.
So they said something that's really curious. They said, why does it feel like we're outnumbered? And in some cases, you truly are outnumbered. But in this case, the pop, actually they are heavily outnumbered, 48% Vanu. It could be pubbies. It could be because the Vanu have all their guys. As you can see on the map, they have all their guys in Howling Pass. Maybe the TR actually have some people flying around. But sometimes it feels like you're outnumbered because you just run up against a brick wall. And you could be like, well, I can't move here, I can't move here, what can I do? I can't shoot at this angle, I can't shoot at that angle, I feel like I'm being pushed back. And a lot of the times it could be because the other team just knows, they have the better angles, they have a better setup. And it's harder ways for you to counter that. Like, you really have to think outside the box to counter these. Especially at the level that these guys play at. You really have to come up with some different things and, some slippery tactics, as Shock said it earlier. You got to be a little slippery when you platoon lead in these situations. Especially if you are outnumbered in this case, which they are. It's 52% pop to 31% TR, 17% Vanu, or 17% NT. I'm not exactly sure what that is. I'm not seeing really. Actually, yeah, there's a couple puppy VS here, but it's not much we could do about that. Yeah, here's some puppy VS. So the TR are fighting an uphill battle here, both in numbers and in composition in a sense. But let's see what they can do. I mean, 14 seconds on Howling Pass checkpoint. The Vanu took C back and a big push from B. And TR looks like they're gonna lose this base. And it'll be interesting to see once this base caps if the Vanu are gonna leapfrog over to Bandit offices. I mean, you should see them pulling vehicles out, trying to get the cap on the next base. Because as soon as they get a cap on the next base, they're gonna be able to. Actually, no, it's not gonna happen because TR are hacking B and C. But if they were able to have a guy set up on the next base, they could have get the cap going before this base, as this base actually flipped, and then the TR wouldn't be able to cap this. Yeah, see, so TR made a really good move on B here, knowing that it's going to buy them some time. So as long as they have a cap on Howling Pass, the Vanu are stuck here. They can't leave this base. Now the problem with that is that the VS have the #1 advantage in the game, and that's defender's advantage. They have localized spawns. They could do a heavy air composition because they need, the TR have to actually have all 3 points to be able to do anything. So as long as they hold A, they're buying themselves 20 minutes where they have the freedom to pull vehicles in any way they want, any kind of composition they want, and any kind of numbers they want, as long as they hold A. Now if they lose A, then they're in trouble, but as long as they control A, they could do whatever they want with this base. So it'll be interesting to see how they counterattack this aggressive push by the TR. And with that in mind, I'm going to tap into the Vanu comms and see what they say about this.
Not if I want to pull 11.
You're rotating locals. Okay.
Get your boosters, get that shit. Get their aircraft. They still have a Sunday right on platoon way.
We need an NG outside the spawns with ammo and traps.
Somebody wants to pull rocket pods and easily spam B. You all should push B. There's only 2 infantry in it.
There's
the rest
they're
of
all
the
at C
squad
point right
will
now.
push B.
Good. I'm ready to play.
Looks like C's clear. Oh, max on it.
They still have a Sunday platoon waypoint. It's pretty weak. Inside the tower. Yep, get that
C's
Sunday too.
good.
I can take that Sunday.
Bravo, quick.
You pull the live here.
Oh, I accidentally switched to the TR comms at the end there. So they're aware of this Sunday. The Sunday has actually been here. These 2 Sundays have been here the entire time, from when the initial TR counterattack came in to play when they were pushing on C at the beginning when the base was neutral. These TR Sundays have actually been here for a long time. The Vanu are aware of it, and they're going to make moves to actually take it back. But here's a puppy causing some damage. Now that's the problem with when you get puppies involved. The pops have evened out since the NC are completely gone now, but the Vanu still have a slight advantage. Probably call it like 3 or 4 people advantage here. And even though those guys are puppies, they could cause enough of a distraction for these TR guys. I mean, if you have to take a med kit from somebody, from some puppy hitting you, that's one med kit list you get when you actually need it. So they could cause enough havoc here where these TR are actually going to get forced back. But they have to retake C. Howling Pass has been completely recaptured in favor of the Vanu. And we're going to see what these TR can do. The action is so fast, I actually kind of feel like I'm missing a lot of it. But it's just one of those things. So here's a heavy VS on the stair, curving the angles to the entrance. But the TR are actually able to come in and get some angles of their own setup. Revive grenade goes out for the TR heavy. He's back up. All he's got to do is suck a medkit and he's good to go. Uh-oh, back rage. So and precision came out maybe a little too aggressively, but it was a good idea because you saw some conks go out. So they might have been conked at the time, but it didn't work in his favor as those TR were able to respond to him and take him out. So there was about 3 or 4 people defending this C point, and now it looks like they have a beacon on top. Yeah, they have a beacon on top, because I saw a couple drop pods coming down. So the VS are going to be counterattacking this. It looks like Bravo Squad for the VS team. Coming back to counterattack C. And the TR have been successfully wiped out. Now it looks like the Alpha Squad is making a big push towards the Sunderer, trying to take it out. Yeah, both Sunderers have been taken out by Alpha Squad, so they had a heavy push from with a Vanu Max coming in. And they were able to take both Sunderers out. So now the VS are actually going to be able to push out to the next point, and it's... Shoot, 1 second. It's 19 minutes left in the match. And the VS has successfully pushed the TR out completely. The pop's going to probably reflect that, yeah. So the TR are completely pushed out, and the VS have the advantage of taking Howling Pass. And so now, unless there's like some kind of miracle, then the TR are able to cap all 3-point bases at Howling Pass, and it's not going to happen. Now the curious thing is whether the VS are actually going to wait for the TR counterattack, or if they're going to push forward. It's all really up to Shock and to what he really wants to do here, because they could push towards the Bennett and its offices. Because as you can see, the TR have been completely pushed out. It looks like they've respawned. Not sure where they respawned. Let's actually tie into the TR comms to see what the plan is.
It's them capping that, do you know what I mean? So
Don't worry about that, man. Let's worry about
just options.
No,
No,
I'm not being negative, I just...
Pick the bones out.
We'll push up and hold this.
We've got plenty of racing drivers.
What's up? Should we go underground or?
We can lose this and then we'll go. Nice. Gotta flashing up.
So it looks like the morale for the Terry Republic has been hit a little bit. They were completely pushed out, and I'm not exactly sure where they've respawned. The numbers indicate that it was split between Mao and Indar Western Gate, but they've actually conceded this match as a loss. But I'm hoping that they'll actually counterattack and give us some more entertainment, which is a little bit shallow to say. But we're all here for the good fight, so hopefully they provide one. Now, how did the VS take Howling Pass? They were able to neutralize the Sunderers on the other side and keep the TR stuck on one end. The problem was the TR had 2 Sunderers at 1 tower, so the angles that they were pushing from was always the same. So all VS had to do was set up darts on the angles that the TR were approaching from, and completely nullify the attack from the TR. Now the TR were able to actually set up 2 Sunderers in 2 different locations, like the path behind Howling Pass, the one by B point. Then it might have been a different story, because you get multiple angles of attack, and you get the VS actually spread out to different points, trying to defend multiple angles of attack. But because the TR were forced basically to come at the base from one point, you know, it didn't work out in their favor. That's why I favor Galaxy drop so much, because you're able to drop 12 people anywhere you want. And while it does take some time, they could have pulled a Galaxy from out Tech Plant and actually done something. Yeah, well they also took it because the puppies came, that's true. They were outpowered by about, I think, 6% towards the end there. But the TR are actually holding. They're holding Bennett in its offices. There's a few VS corpses here, but the VS are actually pushing up aggressively. So basically the Vanu were holding out on making sure that they're able to pull all the vehicles they needed. They do have tech plan access, so you do see a mag rider coming out. But this is good. I'm actually happy to see this as the TR are counterattacking. Though the match may be lost, there's 15 minutes left, and you can still provide a good fight. You know, kind of show some grit here. That's exactly what the TR are doing. They know they're out popped a little bit because of the puppies here, but there's nothing we can do about that. Yeah, that's a puppy prowler actually. So I was looking at that. I was trying to figure out whether that was one of the guys from Pella's team. Yeah, but doing this on the PTS, you have to take into mind that you'll potentially be screwed up by puppies. And there's actually a lot of puppies here. No, that's actually part of Pella's team. So the TR are counter-attacking Howling Pass now. And the VS are pulling their own mag riders, but as you can see, one of them is a puppy mag rider. You can see the pops. It's still heavily in VS favor, even if all the rest of the TR come from NS Bandon. It's still pretty much in VS favor. And this is why your future competitive matches are going to be on Jaeger, so avoid these types of scenarios where there's just nothing you could do when puppies come. Yeah, it's hard to get puppy names because of the way the cam works. Or not puppy names, it's hard to get names in general. Like I can see their names, but only because I'm focused on the base tape and Kurikan. Now there's 13 minutes left on the match, and the TR have a counterattacked with armor. There's no Sunderers that I can see, so I don't know if they've abandoned the infantry side of the game, or what they're doing. It looks like they're just looking to suppress right now and trying to keep the VS inside of Howling Pass. There was actually a push on B that I didn't catch. I don't know how many TR came in here, but it looks like there's a TR Infiltrator here. No, okay, that's part of Pella's team, so he came in here to sneak a point behind. I thought there was a Sunderer out here. Looks like it's just a beacon. So you might see a lot of heavy drops from the TR coming in to drop on this beacon. The Infiltrator was able to get it out. He might have dropped what I'm thinking. He dropped from a Mosquito to place the beacon, and they'll probably do a call out within a few seconds here and have everybody drop on point. Try and spread these VS out between the western gate and the B point. No, there's 12 minutes left in the match. They're kind of taking their time, doing it by the numbers, so to speak, trying to get some angles onto this base. It looked like the VS are he's gonna get C4'd. Yeah, he got C4'd. Now there is some infantry action over here. Like I said, they might have dropped from that beacon. A lot of VS skulls here, but it might be too much for the TR to handle. Oh, their beacon's still up. And there's a TR Galaxy, so they might have done a gal drop. Ah, I'm kind of upset that I missed that. Now, one of the things that I really wish I could see is what weapons the medics on each side are using and what weapons the heavy are using. This is one of those things that because of the recent changes to the way the weapons work, a lot of people are favoring different weapons now. You know, some people have gone back to the trusty Orion and Tar, but I know some people are favoring different types of weapons. That's got to be Sardis. It looks pretty empty on C point besides a couple people on the roof. There's maybe 3 to 4 people here, but TR are going to have to do a combined action kind of thing with an air assault to give room for the Sunderers to deploy. But here you have a Vanu Max that's about to get up into the grill of these TR here. Looks like it's base tape. It's getting burned down, so he had to jump away. He left. Yeah, he got burned down by both these guys right here. So the TR do have some infantry here on this tower, but they don't have anything set up on the actual, as far as respawns. Okay, there's a Sunderer. The Sunderers going back to the other spot where, as I was saying earlier, they should, if they were able to, they should have brought two Sunderers in 2 different spots. One where they're bringing it at now, and one where that tower is, to force these VS to spread their forces out, get them looking at different angles, different approaches. I don't know how long that Sunderer is going to live, but it looks like he has a lib support. Yeah, he has lib support. No, that's Sunderer is gonna get taken out. That's in a bad spot. That's way too far out. You want it closer to the trail. Yeah, you see that the guys from the tower are just picking him out like fish in a barrel. Nine minutes left in the match. Here, let me let these guys know. Because the problem is I can't yell to any of them, so I have to let them know manually. 9 minutes left, guys.
Bag is down.
9 minutes left.
Superiority, northeast.
9 minutes left, guys.
Smurf, can you get to C, please?
5 minutes.
No, 9.
9, I think. Good.
Yeah.
Info clearance.
Alright. We're back in it. So that Sunderer was actually put in a bad position. Now the thing with Howling Pass, the reason it's so hard to take when you actually have defenders in it with the advantage of defender spawns is because of the Sunderer placements. This Sunderer placement is very exposed, so unless you have heavy infantry on or around B, you're not going to be able to hold it. The reason the TR were able to attack so often is because the Sunderers are way out here, and the VS didn't have the advantage of vehicle spawns. But now that they can spawn vehicles here, they can't put the Sunderers in the old places. They actually have to find somewhere new, and either one rely on medics or spawn beacons, and it's incredibly difficult to do that. Now you have a TR Liberator getting crazy. It was Merced. He was coming in underneath the actual air pad. I think this is one of those things that a lot of the community clash teams are actually going to face, and that's the difficulty of retaking Howling Pass. I mean, this is one of those things that when the layman's initially told you that I thought would actually happen a lot, and that's that whoever takes Howling Pass first wins, because all you need to do is sit on Howling Pass. There's no reason for Shock or any of those guys to actually push out towards Ennis abandoned offices, because Ennis abandoned offices in and of itself is incredibly difficult to take because of the same reason Howling Pass is, because of the open nature of the geography surrounding the spawns. It's very, very difficult to place the Sunderer in a good spot. I mean, you have to have some kind of insane combined arms effort or synergy with your team, and you're finding that even with these guys that usually play on the top, these guys are representing some of the best outfits in all of Planetside 2, are having the same problems that your average outfit's going to face when they fight in the community clash, and that's that these places are a bitch to take.
Kid.
Yeah.
We call that round, mate. They can have that round. We just need to is it another round, yeah?
Yeah, it's another round. We're gonna swap.
Yeah, just call this round and we'll swap round then. Because we're unlikely to take that back now.
Okay. Alright, man.
Whatever efforts we put in.
Alright.
Give me
That's where the big rock is.
We were talking about how if the match went down to your expectations or exceeded them, or if it kind of wasn't the same.
Yeah, it was good. Good fun.
It was
I was expecting where I was going. I expected it to go that way, but it was pretty much whoever took the base won it, so that's why I couldn't be bothered with the rest of it, to be honest.
Yeah, that's we made the call like after we took the base. I was like, I was trying to do a timing attack on the next base, but it got shut down extremely fast. So at the end I just told my guys, I was like, we'll just defend Howling Pass and we win.
Yeah, that's our plan from the start. But yeah. the problem we had, like our strat was to hold C and A, like because we knew you'd go for B, but then we didn't get a good foothold on C, and all our guys were doing well on C, and then NC. It was like how many NC were there? It was like a good like six NC. It all pushed out and took the point back on us.
Yeah, it was like 50%.
From behind.
Yeah.
Yeah, the NC are really annoying in this fight.
They're not meant to be here, no?
No, they're not.
Yeah, but they took a point off us, which was fine. We had an AMS in the tower, so we all tried. Like you had C pretty much everyone in there, so we didn't have much chance to get in there. I think we had A superiority and stuff, but once you're anchored down in C, it's hard to take.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things. Well, one, yes, it probably would have been a lot better fight if we were on Jaeger, because while the pops were even, it was a pretty tough fight for both sides. But as soon as the puppies started to come in, the VS puppies, the NC puppies, it kind of threw everything into disarray. And actually, there's still some VS puppies here. I know Higby was saying he was trying to kick some people, but he wasn't able to get everybody. Let's I want to ask you, what do you think? How do you think this is going to shape the way future in the future class? How do you think it's going to shape the way community clash plays out? Do you think future teams are just going to sit on Howling Pass as soon as they cap it? Like, there's no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you look at the way they designed the map, I mean, community clash should be redesigned in terms of the lanes, but that's a whole nother can of worms. Because we just proved why. I mean, there's no team is going to take the next base after they take Howling Pass. It's pointless.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like, I mean, we got two teams with some of the best players in the game, and you know they're not. Maybe yeah, the synergy isn't there, but the skill is. And I mean, there's just no place to play Sunderers in Howling Pass. I mean, even if you do a gal drop, so you rely on beacons, eventually you'll get overrun because the defender advantage that spawns. Howling Pass is a tough nut to crack, and even if you take Howling Pass and want to push, Abandon and its office is a tough nut to crack because of the nature of the geography around the bases. So it'll be interesting to see. I think it's going to be like maybe 15-20 minute fights like what happened here over Howling Pass, and then that's pretty much the match is over.
User joined your channel.
So initially when you guys came up with your plan, I know it was heavy air from both sides. Would you guys just say, okay, let's fight 10 seconds in the air and then land and then try and get people on points? Or what was the call there for you guys?
Same as them, I think. We just used Bela Mozzies, like with the ejection seat in there, and just fight it out. Take as much airs out as you possibly could when you're almost going to die, bail out, basically.
Yep.
Which worked for us, I think. We took air superiority, but we just you guys were on C before us while we were in the air, so
yeah, it was. I mean, we just wanted to take out air. That's just long and short of it.
Yeah, I'm not sure if to be honest, after playing that, I'm not sure if that's really going to be a way forward for community clash. I'm not. I don't know. It was good fun initially, but that's it then. Once you've taken it, the other base is pointless.
Yeah, but I think that a lot of the problem is you got kind of crapped on because like I said, the NC were there, and then you have VS puppies. So even I was always constantly checking the pops, and the pops were either in VS's favor when all the numbers were there, or there was enough of an NC presence where they were causing disruption.
Yeah, well, the only time I can recall that was when about 5-6 of them come out of spawn and took A off us, like while we were on the pad trying to shoot down on the cover on C and B, because we took B, and then they come in from behind us and took us out, which was kind of annoying. But that's the thing I have been on the test.
Okay, well, without showing any kind of like strats or plans for the future, is your initial idea going to change for this base now that we have experience here? Like, is your attack plan going to change?
Just hold C and B, and that's it. Don't worry about A, and just A superiority, and you'll win it. And once you've flipped it, don't bother. Just hold it. Pull AA, pull tanks, and any AMSs come in, just get rid of them.
Okay. What? Oh, shit.
It's that simple.
It is. It's that simple.
What I was saying earlier, there's going to be a huge air push from both sides. The match has officially started, but what I was going to try and say earlier was how it's tied European outfits with American outfits, and not just average outfits, but some of the best outfits of Planetside too. Look at this! Look at this air pool. There'd be no way to even accurately cast this unless I get both sides with icons over their heads. But it looks like you got some early deaths from the Vanu. They might have just ejected on points. Yeah, okay, so A and B are flipping. I'm going to try and keep an eye on these points so I can get you more accurate changes of territory hold here. But it looks like the fight's still pretty much in the air. A has flipped to TR. It might have been an accident because it had the waypoints on B and C. Now B has flipped to Vanu and C has flipped to TR. So the initial push, TR have taken 2 of the bases. Actually, A is flipping back, so another Vanu guy might have dropped down. And as you can see, the air battle is still heavily raging on. lot of rotaries. That doesn't seem like it's the default gun. It looks like rotaries to me. Although it could be the default gun. I don't even know how to tell the difference on that one. But this is a lot different fight than last time because the TR actually still have pretty sizable advantage here. They have a Liberator up. It looks like a puppy Liberator. But they still have plenty of mosquitoes up, and based on what I can see on the screen, the sights have all dropped. It looks like they might have dropped on B here. Actually, it wasn't too big of a drop on B. That's a lot less Vanu than I thought. So, oh, but the Vanu hack out of Sunderer here. Excellent move by them. That was actually Tyron that pulled the Sunderer there. So now they're going to get everybody spawning on the Sunderer, and I don't think TR have an idea of what's going on now. The TR still pretty much control the air, but as soon as it's liberated, okay, so that Sunderer is shooting back now. As soon as that Sunderer gets a hold of this, as soon as that Liberator knows that the Sunderer is here, you should expect that, yeah, here we go. The Lib's going full on that Sunderer. There's no way they could allow the Sunderer to live because it's going to allow the VS to spawn their entire team onto this point. Now the TR have split a few people on C, and they've given up A essentially. So the Vanu have A and B, but once they lose the Sunderer, they're not going to have much here unless they pull another one. But they have gotten plenty of people inside the point where they're safe. But against that Lib, small arms fire isn't going to do anything, and it'll be impossible to rock a Lib, especially if it's Merced flying, because Merced is one of the craziest Liberator pilots that I know of. I know when I flew for him, he got me physically sick to the point where I had extreme nausea, and I almost threw up. And that's playing Planetside too. It's never happened to me before. So if you could do that to me, just imagine what he's doing, to whoever's gunning for him now. So TR have put most of the numbers on C. It doesn't look like they actually have localized spawns here. Let me double check to make sure that Sunderer is dead. Okay, Sunderer is gone for the Vanu, so the Vanu are down to no spawns. They don't have any beacons up that I can tell. So the TR have one beacon up, so one squad is actually tied into the space with a localized spawn. But neither teams have hard spawns here, which would be a Sunderer. They're going to have to pull them. Actually, no, the Vanu did get a Sunderer up. They snuck one in here. Oh, okay, no, so Talon moved his Sunderer. The Sunderer didn't actually die, he just moved it. So now the VS have a distinct advantage. And I think knowing that, the TR threw all the numbers on C. So they're all within well within medic reach. So I mean they have pretty good spot here on C, but now the problem is that as soon as this timer counts down and gets to halfway, it's going to count into VS's favor. And that TR are facing the same issue that they had last time, where the Vanu were able to control 2 points and take the base with superior spawns. Let's check pops. Okay, so the pop's still in 53% in Vanu's favor, 6% NC, 41% TR. So essentially there's still enough puppies here where they're making a 15% difference in pop number. So it's actually a pretty big difference in pop number here. But the VS are making a big push in this double stack. They're not ones to sit around. They know they have the advantage of the spawns on the Sunderer. So they can push, they can take a couple permadeaths here and there. Not a big deal because they could just respawn on the Sunderer. So unless TR is able to somehow get a mosquito out there at the Liberator that they had to take out that Sunderer, which is pretty impossible with its location in the tower, the TR are going to potentially lose C, and this might be one of the quickest rounds that we've seen. Or a quicker round than last time, I should say. The TR absolutely cannot lose this point. So the VS are able to commit all their forces to this, so it's going to be basically a 24v24 fight over this. The TR cannot lose this. If they lose this, they're done. They're going to get forced back to beacons if the beacon actually is still up. I don't want to leave this fight to actually point out whether it's up or not. But it looks like the TR are dying in huge numbers. So the VS, when they initially got here, had an Infiltrator drop on the bay, hack a Sunderer out, and that Sunderer is what's basically allowed them to push onto this base. And like I said, the TR have been pushed completely out. They only have maybe a few mosquitoes. The pop's gonna plummet. Actually, no, they oh, okay, good thing. So the TR did get a Sunderer, and because of the location on the Sunderer, the natural push of the TR is gonna actually get them to the VS Sunderer. Good. I'm actually really glad. I'm relieved, to be honest. I'm really happy that the TR were able to get a Sunderer in here. But because of the location of their Sunderer, the TR running into this base are gonna find the VS Sunderer, and so the VS might be a distinct disadvantage here. So, if anything, you cannot call these outfits well prepared for contingencies and other things that could happen. So now the VS are gonna you can expect a heavy rotation by the VS. They have 3 points. They have 5 minutes to actually get this base back. But the TR do have a couple Sunderers out here. One in reserve, one in the front. Very aggressive Sunderer. They have to protect it from C4 and rockets. But as long as they can get the firing angles on these points, and they have the Liberator still up in the air, causing as much havoc as it can. Where's that Liberator? Yeah, there it is. It's got to be Merced. Nobody else flies like that I know of. So let's see what they can do. I'm going to tap into the TR comms and see, listen into their callouts.
For their beacon.
Yeah, they beacon now.
Getting hit. Falling back. I need an energy here.
Get there, fuck this wall boys down. I'm going for A.
Sorry, switch it to elusive while you're down there.
Yeah, switching.
Rest on my left, please.
Take out.
You got it.
Thanks.
Man.
Alright, beacon is up for Bravo.
You have an engine.
DSX.
Spot another AMS players coming in.
DSX is energy, but he's putting on damage to my medics. Oh, it's not.
There goes our AMS.
I've got another one. I'm gonna try and get in this tower.
They just pulled another one out of the terminal.
Okay, so the TR are aware that the terminal is hacked in VS's favor, so you can expect that Liberator to be looking out for that. You might see a couple TR move up to try and maybe hack it or blow it up or something. But for now, they're focused on trying to get the points back because the time is going quickly in TR's favor, or in Vanu's favor, I should say. So these guys are really well aware of what's going on. Now the thing is, the big question is, do the VS have more than just this beacon for spawns? Because all of a sudden now the roles are reversed here, where the VS are on the back foot, up against the ropes, and these TR are able to commit all their forces to a huge push on C, just like the Vanu just did. And if the TR are able to do what to the VS what the VS are trying to do to TR, then it's like a I don't even know how to explain that. It's good C4 by this medic here to take out this Max. Right on the money with that. But here you have another. It's got to be Tauron with the shotgun. No, it's somebody else. Trying to call out players instead of by their names, by their playstyles. I know Tauron's a heavy uppercut favorite, and Sardes always has a commissariat. Now A is flipping. It could be towards the TR. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna take a quick look on A to see whether they're actually moving towards that vehicle pad. No, not yet. They just had one guy go up there. Looks like an Indian elite guy, infiltrator, like a boss. If he was smart, he'd move to that vehicle pad. Actually, they're hacking it now. Yep, they're hacking now all the terminals. So now the VS are on the back burner. They only have, I believe they only have this beacon. I'm trying to find their spawns. You have a couple of VS out here, but it looks like it was just a harasser that came by. Oop, a little too fast on the camera. Oh shoot, the music. Oops. You have an MCY player, top of the list with 14 kills, Maximum Smurth second with 13 kills, Base Tape third with 5 kills, and Twiff at the most with 16 kills, top of the leaderboard. But now the VS pop should be a lot lower. Yeah, it's 30% VS. So probably just a few guys. Oh, okay, they solved that problem. It looks like the Mao was actually getting hacked by the NC for some reason, but yeah, they were able to take it back. Actually, no, they're not. Mao's getting hacked by the NC. So unfortunately for them, the Vanu are going to have to resecure Mao before they could do anything. So the TR have taken control of this. Complete control. Only 2 minutes left on the clock. They're going to have to do something crazy here, the VS. Some kind of coordinated gal or mosquito drops. I want to go take a look at Mal and see what they're planning. They only have 2 minutes left. So what happened there? The TR, knowing they were very vulnerable to attack on C, actually pulled the Sunderer, preemptively. They pulled that Sunderer before they actually got attacked, because they pulled 2 Sunderers and it got there around the time that they got wiped out of C. So because they were all wiped out of C, they were all forced into the local spawn of that Sunderer, and they were all able to spawn on that Sunderer. And because of the location, unfortunately for the VS, their Sunderer beam where it was right in the line of fire, or in the angle of attack of the TR. Now here you have an air fight, which, while pleasing to the eyes, isn't going to cut it for the VS. They have to know that they're going to lose Howling Pass within a minute, and so they might just be trying to thin out the air so that they can actually control the ground. Lots of size coming in, so they're trying to take out the Sunderers for the TR, and then get some people to drop on the points. You should see there's some ejections happening right now, but unless they're all on the same point, coordinated, it's not going to work. The TR have enough numbers spread out. They have people on C, as you can see on the mini map. They have people on B. They have one or two on A. Yeah, they have 2 on A. So the VS are going to actually have to pick the right point. Hopefully they get lucky, because they don't know exactly who's on the ground here. Okay, now they're dropping on B. It looks like they've chosen B. Unfortunately for them, it was the right choice, because B only has a couple TR protecting it. It looks like it's Murder over here on the side. He's going to try and get a flank on these Vanu here, but he's going to have to cause some havoc. And against heavies of this level, it's not going to work. These heavy, one-on-one he might have had a chance against somebody in the life servers, but here in this, very, very difficult, especially with the way headshots work. So the TR know that the VS have dropped a B. That Vanu actually pulled a very aggressive Sunderer. They might try and get the same point they had last time, or they might deploy it here. Let's see where this Sunderer goes. Where this Sunderer goes, this is basically their last hope. They have 2 points, but they have no spawn. So if the TR are aggressive enough and able to push the VS out, they'll be able to kill him before the Sunderer deploys. Now, in an untypical fashion, these TR have been somewhat passive. It looks like there might have been some action over here. It might have been a Sunderer that they killed, because the TR rotated to this tower. I'm not exactly sure why. Wish I had caught that. But the TR have to get hyper aggressive on this. They have to be willing to risk some spawns. But the problem with that is now that the TR have no Sunderer, so the counter attack with the air for the VS did its job, killed all the Sunderers for the TR. Let me check my map real quick to see if they have somebody pulling a Sunderer. Okay, so they have one guy over here in the Mosquito that might potentially be dropping for a Sunderer. They have a couple guys back, but it looks like it's just air pulls. Now the Libs, he's tank busting that Sunderer, which is a Future Crew Sunderer. But unless the TR can get their own localized spawns through a Sunderer, they're at a disadvantage again. So it looks like C, in a way, acts like a death trap for teams. So any future potential teams trying to take Howling Pass don't drop on C, because it's easy to get pushed out of. And it's very difficult to defend your Sunderers from this point. Although I'd be more than happy to get proved wrong. But as you can see, just because of the angles of the tower, the way the geography is set up, that C acts like a death trap. I mean, it seems like, yeah, we got this double stack, we could defend it, we could beacons on top, we could defend the beacons, but you don't get eyes on your own Sunderer. Whereas if you're fighting at B, you're so close to the point in your Sunderer that you could defend it. And this is what happens. Now the VS can commit more forces than they normally would be able to, because the TR are all stuck in one point, that the VS are going to be able to be as aggressive as they want to be. And they won't be, they won't pay nearly as much for a permadeath as the TR will here. Any permadeath by the TR here is a huge loss, because now they went from almost capping the base to actually losing 2 points because of that massive air pool. And so I have a feeling that these TR are going to get wiped out, and they're going to have to pull a Sunderer unless they're doing it now. And they might pull it to the exact same spot, so we might have another repeat actually of the action we just saw unfold. Let me get this out of the way. So the TR are going to get wiped out from this point. And the NC have actually retaken A. There's some puppies here. It's 8%. So that's probably a few people, 3-4 people from NC. There's one TR still up. Looks like Ghost Marauder, but there's so many VS here that they're just going to run into his face. See, they are getting beacon drops, but yeah, you can't help but think that the TR must have, Pella has to be calling out for Sunderers right now. There's no other way. It's either a mass Mosquito drop counterattack like the VS just did, or a Galaxy, which might be a little too slow and cumbersome, and they can't spawn it from Rashnu, or Sunderers, which are also slow and very vulnerable. The fastest, most aggressive thing that they could do is counterattack with Mosquitoes and ejection seats. Okay, so the TR were able to take A back. Now, A is a solid choice to take, especially on Community Clash, considering that you won't have puppies interfering. So A is a solid choice. You get, you get the advantage of the height. You get the best crossfire setup. You get advanced notice of where the enemy is. You could, from A point, you could put a dart anywhere on the map. Get accurate count of numbers. But in this situation, A is somewhat vulnerable because, as you can see, there's NC over there. So there's the differences between the live server and Jaeger, or PTS and Jaeger, and the differences in base vulnerabilities. Looks like B were wiped out to one Infiltrator. There's a TR max here, but there's nobody else to pick up these TR. Here's Pella, like a boss. So a couple any committed to this point. Weren't able to take it. Well, we're able to take it, but they're not able to take it back. Okay, there's a medic. They got their medics responding. They must have... No, it's just a beacon. It's just a beacon spawn. Sorry, my nose is getting plugged up. Here comes the TR Sunderer, right on time. It looks like... Who pulled it? Okay, Ghost Marauder pulled the Sunderer from NS Material Storage. So now, the V... Oh, actually, woo! How could they miss this Sunderer right here? Okay, no, they didn't miss it. They got eyes on it. It's gonna go down. So one VS, you can scratch one VS Sunderer. The TR Sunderer is moving into B. Now, see, the advantage of B at Howling Pass is that you get the natural progression of pushing towards C. You get a height advantage in the tower. If you have A, you get support from A. Now the problem is if you over push to C, you get very exposed and you get spread out. So C acts as a death trap both defensively and offensively in this case. And TR have another Sunderer here. Yep, TR have it. See, this is what the TR should have done in the first round. Is get two Sunderers in two different locations and attack from two different angles. Now, see, this is what I like to see. Although I don't know where the other Sunderer went. But TR had A. The B is flipping, so they might be losing B. No, they have a max on B, so B is fine. They're pushing also from this flank on C. So the VS in this tower are either going to have to rotate back to cover C, or stay where they're at and suppress B and hope that the guys on C can last. So it's a very risky proposition that the VS are stuck in. Like the old saying goes, stuck between a rock and a hard place. It'll be very interesting to see what they can do here. Because it might be another Mossy pool, but in 2.5 minutes, less than that, a lot faster than that, if C goes down, the timer is going to tick incredibly fast in TR's favor here. So the VS looks like they've rotated back. They have a few people on the tower, but they have about 5 people on point C. Now the TR are able to capitalize on this and hold their 2 points, which they're not able to right now. Looks like A is flipping. Okay, so A was flipping to an NT player. There's a couple TR retaliated, so they're probably going to have to keep 3 people on A. And you see, this is what I mean. This is the problem with actually being on test server. Whereas if we were on Jaeger, they wouldn't have had maybe 1 person on A. 3 people, those 3 people can be used somewhere else, especially in a small game like 24v24, where every person counts much more than in a 48s. So the TR are still still spawning from the Sunderer. The VS have solidified all their guys on C. I don't know if those VS over here are actually part of the match. No, it's Zaps. Yeah, these guys are part of the match. So they're sending a couple guys to try and get on A point. I'm trying to figure out who this is here. Oh, it's Pinkie Pie. So Pinkie Pie from Zaps is trying to push on A. So they're sending 1 or 2 guys to try and cause havoc on A and distract the TR, trying to make sure that the TR, keep them honest, keep their guys spread out, covering all points. So it looks like because of the timer, the TR are content to hold on to their 2 points, which is actually pretty good. You don't run the risk of overextending or over pushing or over rotating. You play it safe. You have your 2 points. Just hold it. You only have a minute and a half left till the base caps. Trying to check the pops to see if VS are planning anything else. The pops are in TR's favor, so it looks like the VS have pulled back to Mao, or maybe the puppies went into TR's favor this time. As you can see on the map, look at this. Look at this dart coverage. Insane amount of darts everywhere. And that's probably the work of like 2 infiltrators on each side. Yeah, like a boss, and it's Murda. Oh, the only 2 infiltrators for 2 TR shooting out this many darts. So looks like the VS are trying to get a flank through this tower, maybe run around it or something. But unless they actually commit to an attack, they're going to lose the base here, and they have committed to A. Yeah, but that heavy's going to go down. That was Yuki PTS coming down. TR dropping. Let's look at the kills. Damn, MCY Zell TR 20 kills. Number 1, Maximum Smurf with 16 kills. Yavers, Vaps, that's Zaps, 4 kills, 3rd place. Must have been playing a medic. Then you have Ini THD, which is THX with 17 kills. Looks like a heavy. Disco TR, just for Rico, probably playing support with 5 kills because he has a high score. So the top 2 guys for ShockFC are Maximum Smurf and Kudo Chop. Kudo Chop at 7th place with 4 kills and 6,000 points. And they got Friendly Fire in 6th place with 7 kills and 6,000 points. Looks like another push on A by the VS. Or it could be the NC. No, it's the VS, and this Max cannot recap it. So the VS Shocks team by a stroke of genius or luck, you know, name your poison, have been able to recap A and buy themselves, if anything, a few more seconds of time, I should say, because now A's flipping back. TR are dropping. Hopefully they don't overreact, but here comes some VS. It's going to be a good fight here on A. Looks like there's a heavy getting a back reach on all these guys. There's still a Mosquitoes dropping rocket pods. There's another heavy set up here. It could be Sard. Yeah, no, it's Pella from any elite. They've actually been able to wipe A, get the point back, get the clock ticking back in their favor. But here's another VS coming up. He knew that if he dropped straight up, he would have been dead. So he tried to drop over this area by using a trick on the jump pads, but it didn't work out. It was just he was hung out to dry there. Now here come the VS counter attack with lightnings, but I don't know if it's going to be enough because they're not going to really be able to suppress B. That's a VS Sunderer lost from Nook is pulling a Sunderer. Now they're going to have to get some crazy spawns out of that Sunderer. There's an aggressive push on B. VS with 10 seconds left, they're not going to sit on their ass. They're going to push out and be aggressive and try and take this B point back. But it wasn't enough. It was maybe 30 seconds shy. If they had been able to pull that Sunderer, maybe get it there 30 seconds ahead of time, they would have been able to take this point back. But now here's a situation that TR faced last time is once you get wiped out of this base, it's almost impossible to take Howling Pass back. Just because of the, like I said earlier, because of the geography. So now VS are in a hard spot. That Sunderer is very exposed. You might have to move it. Especially because the guys that are getting shots on it from the top of A are going to be able to hit the back of it. Increased damage multiplier. It looks like the VS, if anything, for a moment, bought themselves some time. They have a max and a heavy on B. They have C. So the clock's going to start ticking down. 10 minutes left on the clock. And A is being pushed towards VS's favor. So they're opting for a very aggressive stance. Which, to be honest, if my back was against the wall and I had just lost Howling Pass, I'd say, 100% full aggression too as well. So they have 2 Sunderers, but the 2 Sunderers are in bad spots. There's a engineer turret, I think. Yeah, that's a pubby, unfortunately. So that Sunderer is going down to a pubby. It's just one of those things. That's unfortunate. So the VS this time have paid the pubby tax, the pubby price, I should say, whereas last time the TR were paying the price. It looks like TR have the pop here. No, actually 43% TR, 50% Vanu. So there are some Vanu pubbies here. TR still have about 3 mosquitoes in the air. Sorry, my nose, TR still have about 3 mosquitoes in the air causing havoc. Trying to get that Sunderer suppressed, trying to get the infantry on A suppressed. Because the Vanu have successfully taken all 3 points, so they have 6 minutes on the base. But, as I said earlier, the TR have the spawn advantage. They could pull as many vehicles as they want, they could pull as much air as they want, they could pull as much infantry as they want in whatever composition they want. So it's really, it's their call. What are they going to do to take this base back? Obviously, A is the first to go. VS capping A was just kind of a distraction to buy themselves, a few more ticks on that clock. But now the interesting part comes is, what are TR going to do? Are they going to do a big push to B, drop down from that tower, up down the stairs into B, or take the other jump pad to the other tower and attack C? There's a lot of options available to the TR here, and it's basically their game to lose. They do have the defender advantage, and they haven't pulled any vehicles yet. So we're going to see what they can do. A couple of guys taking the jump pad to the first tower. So there's now they're jumping to second tower, trying to get some angles on C, but the 2 guys isn't going to cut it. VS has at least 4 or 5 guys on each point right now. And the problem for the Shocks team at the moment is that they cannot pull Sunderers because of how much air that the TR have up right now. So the TR's active defense is an air pool with the Liberator up. Let's see, it's a 1-3 Liberator, so it's Ermit's from I couldn't get the name. It's a solo lib. Where in 24s, if you have guys that can solo lib, I mean that's about as efficient as you can get. Yeah, it looks like TR did send some guys to the next base. They didn't catch that. But they're not going to be able to do anything for at least another few minutes. So those TR guys actually should be coming back. They have a Sunderer there, but the Sunderer's not going to do anything because they have a few minutes to actually get the cap on Howling Pass. So it was a good, smart move by Pella. He was trying to be preemptive on this hack here and trying to get some people there, but maybe it just didn't work out in time. Maybe they just couldn't get a vehicle there in time. Because the Vanu have successfully hacked B and C, and it's 60 minutes to the game ends, or to they recap it, and there's 17 minutes on the clock. So if the VS are able to hold on to B and C, they're going to be able to retake this base, thus essentially winning the overall score. The score now is in favor of the Vanu for taking Howling Pass in the first round. Now these Liberators and Mosquitoes are trying to do some work on these Vanu, but they're staying inside. Shock's team is being pretty smart about it, trying to stay into cover, trying to stay with their medics. Gotta watch out for these doorways and windows because, well, there you saw it, the rocket pods come in. So there's 4 or 5 guys on B. They probably have an equal amount on C, but the guys on C are in a better spot. They have a whole double stack of a building to protect themselves in. You know, more angles to cover, but you know you have a lot more room and it's safer for you. They're going to have an answer for this air. I want to swap into the Vanu mics and the Vanu comms to see what they're doing.
Here come the conks.
Moving up to give you guys a revive grenade.
Yeah, resonate coming out.
Ammo's down on C. Ammo's down on C.
Spawn beacon's down for Alpha.
From Alpha can do it. Number 5.
Wall scan.
Yep. You can get a res grenade in. Max is almost dead. Max is almost dead.
I got him.
Okay. Res grenade B, somebody. Or, yep, come down. Alpha. We gotta get Alpha, get back to B.
Come back to B now.
Kill a lib if you can, if you're in a pod.
Beacon's down.
They got all
Where's
three guys.
Charlie into Alpha. Or Beacon.
Oh, shotguns, that's this.
Frizz, can you take...
So they try to hold back on B. Looks like they're going to try a counterattack here soon. The TR finally get that guy in the corner. The guy was in the corner the whole time. So initially the TR had pushed, and it looked like it was in TR's favor. That's why I actually went out of the room. But the VS were able to wipe him out, but the TR came back with even more numbers. And that's the defender's advantage. Is that you could always come back with more numbers again and again and again. And you could take permadeath and it's not an issue. Like this guy, I mean, he's dead, but he could come back, no problem. Spawn maybe 30 seconds away from C point. Whereas the defenders are kind of in a tight spot here. The defenders of C, I should say, the Vanu guys. They cannot afford to lose anybody. There's he primed the doorway, the C4, so that anybody comes through, they just shoot the C4 and you could get multiple kills that way. So you see right now they shoot the C4 exactly, hit the max, get some damage on that max, but it's getting repaired. So the VS is coming in, or the TR coming in pretty aggressively. Good coordination from these guys, good synergy, covering both primary stair and secondary stair. But here they come up to primary stair. Primary stair is a stairway that leads up to the point, secondary stair is the other one. And so TR have wiped out the VS, but the A is flipping, but I think it's going back into TR's favor here. So 14 minutes left in the match, and TR have to go back to basically reset their game plan here. Yeah, that's a good point from chat, that there's 14 minutes left in the match, and there's not enough time for the VS to actually win this. So in essence, what we're seeing right now, what the end result's going to be, is that both teams ended in a tie, if the VS in the first round had been a little more aggressive and pushed out to that base right there, they might have won it. But now that it's in TR's, the ball's in TR's court, where once they successfully cap Howling Pass, if they attack abandoned and its offices and take abandoned and its offices, they will in effect have won the match. So let's go check out what's happening in abandoned S. Looks like heavy air pulls from the TR over here, and the VS, if they want to hold on to their tie, have to defend this. They had to defend this. Yeah, here they come. Whoa, massive air pull from the VS. They know exactly what's going on. I mean, obviously they're not stupid, but I wasn't sure if they were going to respond, appropriately, and this is an appropriate response, is what I would call it, if anything. So they spawn vehicles at Mao. Looks like there's some air-to-air missiles, but air-to-air missiles have been changed on tests, and they're not as effective as they used to be. But without cover here, they are very effective, because all you got to do is hold the cursor over the enemy ESF. There's a... Oof. He got Dalton. It looked like there was a battle gal, but the battle gal got Dalton by a Liberator. Awesome airfight happening here between NS Abandoned and Howling Pass. A lot of rotaries, a lot of primary weapons coming out here. I didn't see too many air-to-air missiles, but you got some libs in the mix, and it looks like the VS actually took this back from the TR. I'm not sure if the TR at the initial battle overextended into the heavy air portion of the Vanu, but the Vanu had like 4 or 5 people behind the initial push, so they had like a kind of a segregated push or a separated push here. And it looks like, I mean, with this air, there's no way that the TR are going to be able to pull vehicles. Unless they pull Skyguards. I mean, there's a Sunderer there, but there's no way. That's a VS Sunderer anyway. So the VS for the moment have conceded Howling Pass, but they will not concede abandon NS offices. Or abandon, is this NS? Yeah, abandon NS offices, because if they do that, they lose the match.
Yeah.
So there are some TR here, but they're not going to be doing too much here. It looks like they have a beacon. No beacon. Plenty of VS air up to harass that infantry. TR are going to have to counter with their own air here. It looks like they have. So TR have pulled some air. It looks like there could be Skyguards, potentially Skyguards on the ground here, to try and clear this air and clean up the skies for the infantry. So it looks like TR is going for the win, and Vanu are doing what they can to stop him. There's a battle gal. You got three Skyguards on him. He's not going to be able to do much. 3 Skyguards were able to take out the battle gal. I don't know if he had 2 gunners in him or not. It looked like he did, but I wasn't sure. You have a Vanu, looks like a Skyguard as well, but you have 3 TR Skyguards coming out here, doing some damage to both the Sunderers and the air. So those guys for the moment are clean. There's one Mosquito up, a Scythe, and a VS Liberator up. Now it looks like it's going to switch to a ground game. This is the beauty of Planetside 2, is how dynamic the game is. It could go from a massive air push to a massive armor push within seconds, or I should say minutes, not seconds, and that's exactly what we're seeing here. Heavy armor pulls from both sides. There's a Sunderer, some lightnings. I can't assume that all of them are Skyguards, but they might very well be. Skyguards can still do damage to enemy vehicles. It's not an efficient way to go, but hey, if you got nothing else to shoot at, why not, right? There's a couple of VS Sunderers coming up. Gotta assume they're both, no, it's only 1 man. Might be a 1 of 3 Sunderer there, because I don't see him driving and shooting at the same time. Now you have this TR Lightning shooting down at this Liberator who's smoking. He's going to have to definitely repair and get out of the way. So now the TR have counterattacked, the VS is counterattacked, and are in a very good position, a prime position to take and abandon its offices. So my hat's off to both sides for providing a very entertaining fight here. You've seen, like I said, some of the best players in Planetside 2 split between the American and the European regions here, going at it in a friendly match on the test server. 9 minutes left. I'm gonna let these guys know.
We've got enough Skyguards.
Hey, 9 minutes left, guys.
Get on point, get on point, get on point. 2 seconds.
9 minutes left. 9 minutes left, guys. 9 minutes left.
Yep, what the fuck is going on?
So the TR are pushing on. Let's actually tap into the TR comms. They sounded pretty excited, and I like hearing excited people talk about Planetside too. So let's tap in.
I think it's over anyway.
How many people are there?
Spawns camped, please.
No, we need to fall back. We need to fall back. If we can take this off, then we can win it. Or destroy if it goes by match.
You guys realize if they have gaps on Howling and we're not there, we lose.
There's a few.
Okay,
right. Pull back then. Pull
They're
back.
all stacked up on Charlie and Howling Pass right now.
Okay. Pull back.
Set up on
If
Alpha
they
and Bravo,
have
then
any
we'll get a
kind of
push in a
hack on
second.
Howling, we will lose this.
A and B. Just get A and B. Just get A and B. Jump back.
Ace
A
back.
and B.
You don't understand, Pella. If they have 1 point, they win.
Yeah, we got you. Got you the first time you said it. So, man.
How do they have 1 point and win?
Because the team that has the most points win.
That's somebody on TeamSpeak trolling us. But in a brilliant move, the VS have actually leapfrogged over the TR here. TR, I mean, on paper, if you wrote down the forces attacking and its offices, you would have said, well, the TR are going to win this, but the VS have snuck. I don't know how they did it. I wish I had caught this on the tape. I'm going to have to ask Shock about this, but the VS have snuck a sizable group of people onto C. It looks like they had some people on B and A, but they pulled them all back to C. This is going to be a huge fight here. There's currently 7 minutes left, so it's still, the match can go either way. If the TR hold this, it's a tie, but if they push and get a hack on and ban its offices, it's a win for them. So it was a brilliant move. It bought the TR at least a few minutes, the VS a few minutes of time here. We're going to see if they can hold out against these TR. With the permadeath and no spawn beacon, it's only a matter of time till the TR overwhelm them. Here we go. So let's see what's going to happen now. So the VS have been wiped off. Howling Pass. I'm going to tap into their comms and see what they're cooking up next.
Disney down.
You keep people in the Sundies for anti-air.
I just got a Sunday out. AMS down.
They have lots of Sunnies in there.
What's up, flag maxes?
Yeah, I'm gonna switch to that right now.
Alright, so we get rid of that Sunderer that sat in the tower next to us.
Yeah, they've got tanks and shit. I mean, it's
going to dunk it right now.
Looks like A is flipping over here at NS.
Okay, so they just realized that the TR had a couple guys at A and abandoned S. So now you could expect the full Vanu guys to respawn here and get a push, which is in turn going to buy the TR some time. The more time on this hack, the better. There's 3 minutes on the timer, 6 minutes left in the match. So they basically have 2 minutes where they can burn 2 minutes of cap time that they can burn and still win the match. But they're gonna have to, get all their people over here. The beacon just went down. They're probably gonna swap squad leaders here to get some more action going on. Yeah, the match does depend on a Baroness. So that the TR even, ditching the Liberator to actually get some people on point. Like I said, they have a couple minutes that they could spare of non-cap time, but any more than 2 minutes of non-cap time, and they're not gonna be able to capture this base in time. Actually, it's down to a minute now. So they have to get people on this point. They're gonna have to commit all 24 to this point. 3 minutes 40 seconds on the cap, 5 minutes in the match. So they have about a minute and a half of non-cap time that they could spare. But any more than that, I mean, that's it. You're done. And by non-cap time, I mean exactly what's happening now, where it's flipped to neutral or it's ticking in VS's favor. They have about a minute and a half at most of that kind of action happening, where they that they can spare. Here comes a TR Sunderer, but he's smoking. They're probably going to get some repairs on it. Yeah, it looks like Pella's repairing the Sunderer to actually get it to deploy. Now, this is the tricky part because there's no safe place to park a Sunderer unless you're talking about these rocks, which is very far away from the cap. And that's actually probably a 30-second walk, 20-30-second walk. So where he deploys the Sunderer? Right outside the SOI. That's right outside the SOI. I know exactly that point because I've done that before myself. That's about as aggressive as you can get with a Sunderer on NS offices. 4 minutes. So if the TR are unable to cap this point within 30 seconds, it's going to be a tie. Yeah, if the TR cap it, they win. If not, I'm just going to call it a tie for the sake of of good sportsmanship, I should say. So the VS have got looks like all 24 people on this point. But the TR do have the height advantage. They can throw grenades into these angles, get some people displaced from these buildings. But they have to be super aggressive here on this point. They don't have any time to spare. 3 minutes, 50 seconds. They have about 10 seconds to get a cap on this point. If they're able to get a cap on this point, then they win. And if they're able to hold it, that is. But there's so many VS around the point that they'd have to kill about 5 to 6 people to be able to get the cap. It looks like the time for them to cap is past. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left on the cap. 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. So 3 minutes and 20 seconds. They barely missed it by about maybe 30 seconds, 20, 30 seconds. They're still in position, still on point. Infiltrator, you know, with the Infiltrator still there, they cannot cap the point. There's a heavy running around. It looks like in position is a heavy, and there's another heavy right there. Actually, that's an Infiltrator. I'm not sure exactly who that is, but there's all kinds of heavy around this point. Everybody's throwing everything they have at this point. Madness. It's pretty crazy. They're all trying to get the cap to flip, but it still hasn't flipped. They're still running around trying to cause havoc, and they are causing havoc. They're being successful with their havoc, and they're forcing these TR to overcommit to this point. These TR being over aggressive are dying in droves, but they have a grenade res to pick them up. Whew. So it looks like the TR are able to cap it, but they're not going to be able to cap the base on time. They have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the match and 3 minutes and 40 seconds on the cap. So the match will potentially end with them a minute away from capping the base and winning the match. I mean, though, technically, if you want to talk about caps, the TR do win. Because they did have a cap on the point, although I'm not exactly sure what the rules are. Yeah, it's based on capture. Yeah, the VS counterattack onto those points at Howling Pass bought them enough time so that the NS didn't actually get fully capped. It bought them almost precisely the amount of time they needed so that NS didn't get fully attacked. So the TR being hyper aggressive here on point. I want to tap into their comms, see what the calls look like.
They're on point. They're on point. Push it. Push it. Need a few more maxes up.
Can you drop a beacon?
They are pushing the point hard.
Beacon is down. We don't have a spawn. Bravo who can drop the beacon right now. Bravo who can drop the beacon.
Pass it to Elusive.
Never mind.
Passing Elusive. Elusive, stay alive.
Spawn point.
Elusive Scott lead. We'll get a beacon in a second.
Stop.
Bravo, continue dropping in.
Guys, I need an edge on this max. Quick.
Pulling an MS.
Yes, get decimated by Sensi, Skyguard and Hail both.
Take it before it goes down.
Channel switch.
What?
So it looks like the VS have wiped out TR from the point. There's 47 seconds left on the cap. The VS actually have the cap. So this is in all effects and for all purposes a tie. The VS were able to sneak guys to the Sunderer because the TR were overcommitted to the point itself. Tw 20 seconds. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. So the TR are kind of attacking now, but it's too little too late. 5 seconds left in the match. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beep, beep, beep. Whoa. That's it, guys. That's it. Alright, that's it, guys.
Wait, no.
Are you kidding?
No.
We're doing a gal crash.
You're kind of attacking again?
One more time.
We're just gonna crash galaxies in.
Alright, go for it. Let's I'll come down to the VS channel. Let's all come down to the VS channel. We'll do a clusterfuck of an interview for you guys. So I'll come down to the same channel.
Are we heading out right now?
Fucking go, man.
I'd call that a tie.
Yeah.
Good game, guys.
Yep.
If I think
they just had a test over gremlins that won.
Yeah, they did. They were in VS's favor in the first half and in TR's favor in the second half.
Yeah, unfortunate, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of glad that they have Jaeger now at Jaeger Axis. So let
Galaxies coming in here, kidRiot. You might want to film.
I see one.
Oh, that was an intense fight, guys.
They're coming
It was.
from the south.
Sardis, no one likes you.
I know.
I saw
kicked my ass about 10 times this fucking cloaker.
I saw 213's 213 scout, but I didn't see any of yours.
Yeah, what's that? Did it the stupid way.
Oh, I see. You're coming from Warpgate? Oh, okay. I see you guys.
Yeah, good fight, guys. Good effort, especially my guys. That was a good turnaround in the end.
Yeah, that was a good last round.
That
I
was
wish
very
there was
intense,
a
yeah.
lot less, gremlins.
Yeah, for sure. In the future, hopefully we can get a comp server. Oh wow, that's a lot of gals. Hopefully we can get a comp server where we can actually.
No, and
but I think this was fun though. I mean, for what it was, basically a pub scrim with just the top shots from all the outfits. I had a ton of fun. Hope you guys did too.
Yes, whales.
I don't have fun with kill count, guys.
I'll give you that.
So, I want to talk about the thing that probably saved Shocks in your team's ass was that counterattack. How'd you guys? Was it a gal that you guys got there, or what was it?
Yes, it was the pilot of that thing.
That was Furiosis, wasn't it?
That was excellent timing on his part. He just he just showed up. He's like, "Get the fuck in right now."
Yeah.
That back and forth on the last two bases was amazing. I think we flipped like 4 or 5 times, just back and forth, locking each other up. That was interesting timing.
Nasty.
How did the
Dance of the
guys go,
Galaxies
anyway?
above
Yeah, I'm filming you guys right now.
But that was fun. But I don't see how that's going to be really fun in.
So I have Shock and Pella's opinion. What do all the rest of you guys think? How will this lattice line play out in Community Clash? Do you think it's going to be a tough one or an easy one, or let's get some other opinions in here besides Shock and Pella? What do you guys think?
Fun or not fun is what you need to ask.
I was expecting it to sit at Howling Pass even more than it did. I mean, we actually finished that might have just been due to pub interference. That's my concern. Worry about the plane that we're going to get stuck on Howling Pass pretty much every single game. Especially with 2 organized teams, I think we'll see that a lot more than we did now. I mean, our push there mostly happened because of luck and a bit of pub interference. I feel like it could be a good game though, we'll see. A good lane, I mean. I just got stomped by a gal. Hello.
Well, I mean, most of the first round matches on this section are not even outfits, so you'll see people push all the way through, probably to now or Ratchet.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you had some of the, like I said, some of the best shots in the game, and you're still not able to take back Howling Pass.
We had no resources there. We had plus 33 gain. We couldn't pull like burst or max or anything, and also do some medbacks.
It was nice to see as well, from my point of view, like, regardless of what CC is, like the Zaps guys and DA guys, they're really impressive fighting against them and with them, so well done guys.
I'm not gonna
overall
lie.
impressive fight.
I feel a bit inadequate looking at Maximum's first score.